Welcome, and ladies and gentlemen, to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight, the Lady Eagles will be taking on the Lady Pirates of Pensacola State College in a best-of-5 exhibition match. Hello, my name is Braden Motter, and by my side tonight is former Eagle Carrie Ordway. We'd like to welcome you to this exciting matchup. Carrie, what are your thoughts on the Lady Eagles coming in tonight after winning the regional championship last year? What do they need to do this season to repeat?
You know, this opening match of the season is always a fun one because they've been together for the last couple of weeks practicing, or the last week or so. So they've been spending a lot of time playing volleyball and trying to get back into the groove from last year. So this is really an exciting opportunity to see how you can build on the success from last year, really. Having
experience on the floor is a big thing. Talking of experience, the new libero on the floor this year for the Eagles, Cora Lathers, was a defensive specialist last season. Talk a little bit about the difference between going from a libero or a defensive specialist to a libero on losing senior Brooke McLeod.
You know, the defensive specialist and the libero both play such a prominent role in the defense of a team. Cora Lathers has already had extensive defense experience on the Eagles, so just switching positions from that defense specialist to libero, she'll really be taking command of that back row and kind of orchestrating the Eagles' defense efforts this year.
The only senior on the floor tonight for the Eagles, Bethany Gamble, the outside hitter from Tennessee. What is Bethany going to have to do this year as one of the senior leaders on this team to lead the Eagles to, as we spoke about a moment ago, another regional championship?
I think one of the greatest things one of the seniors on the team can do as a leader is just to bring all of those years of experience, especially emotionally, to a team that has a lot of incomers on it, a lot of freshmen, a lot of new faces. All of that experience can really help her keep a calm presence on the court, something that she's been really good at for the last few seasons.
Playing against Pensacola State College tonight, an NJCAA school here in Pensacola. They had a scrimmage with UWF a few days ago. Tonight, opening their season in the regular season, playing against Pensacola Christian College. What are the Eagles going to have to do to play with a team as Pensacola State?
You know, come out aggressive, really put to practice all of these things that they've been working on in such a focused manner the last couple of weeks, and really seeing what they're made of.
As the Eagles circle up at the center court, Coach Kaylin Oman entering her 7th season as head coach of the Eagles. What do you think Kaylin has done this offseason to prepare for, as we've spoken about multiple times now, repeating that regional championship? What does a coach do to prepare?
You know, I think she looks back on the successes of the previous season, not to necessarily rest on her laurels, but to take those successes to make sure that she can repeat those successes, but not just repeat what she had, but build on what she had and make it even better for the coming season.
We are excited to get this best-of-5 matchup underway. As we said earlier, Pensacola State College against Pensacola Christian College here in the Nest. Here in just a moment, as we await the start of this matchup, we're going to hear a prayer, national anthem, and then the starting lineups. We will be back shortly.
Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. Tonight's game is between the PCC Lady Eagles and the Pensacola State Lady Pirates. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, if you would please stand for prayer and then remain standing for the national anthem. Dear Lord, thank you for the opportunity to come out today. Thank you for these ladies, and I pray that you'd help them to play hard as they get their season kicked off today. I pray that you'd bless us and the fans and all players, that we just do all to honor and glorify you. And thank you for all that you've done for us. In your name, amen. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Now for the starting lineup for Pensacola State. Number 6, Katrina Espinoza. Number 7, Brooke Sproat. Number 8, Paige Patterson. Number 9, Julie Neveu. Number 13, Jada Lowry. Number 15, Lindy Baker. And number 20, Annalise Rodriguez. Pensacola State is led by Coach Patchy Gandolfo. And now the starting lineup for your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. A senior from Cleveland, Tennessee, number 3, Bethany Gamble. A freshman from Pensacola, Florida, number 4, Hannah Romero. A junior from St. Anne, Illinois, number 8, Allie McCourt. A sophomore from Kettlefeld, Washington, number 16, Catherine Warren. A junior from Beloit, Wisconsin, number 17, Cora Lathers. A junior from Durham, North Carolina, number 12, Victoria Hamilton. And a junior from Phoenix, Arizona, number 19, Kinsey Folker. The Lady Eagles are led by Coach Kaylin Ullman and assistant coach Supa Leota. Our officials for the game tonight are Charles Mendoza, Tremaine Gamble, Leslie Majewski, and Helen Helsner.
We want to thank you once again for joining us for this matchup. We'll go through the starting lineups as heard a moment ago for the Lady Pirates. Number 6, Katrina Espinoza. Number 7, Brooke Sproat. Number 8, Paige Patterson. Number 9, the libero, Julia Neveu. Number 13, Jada Lowry. Number 15, Lindy Baker. And number 20, Annalise Rodriguez. And for your Eagles, number 3, Bethany Gamble. Number 4, Hannah Romero. Number 8, Allie McGuirt. Number 12, Victoria Hamilton. Number 16, Catherine Lawrence. Number 19, Kenzie Folker. And the libero, number 17, Cora Lathers. Carrie, as we get ready for this matchup, what do you have to say for Hannah Romero, number 4, the only freshman starter for this Eagles team?
You know, the Eagles have a strong freshman class coming in, and for Hannah to be able to step in and fill a role for tonight's game is really exciting for her. She's put in a lot of work to get to this point, and I know that she's excited for that. One thing that is difficult sometimes to adjust to when you come to play on this level is just the change in pace. So that will be interesting to watch as she goes throughout this match to see how she adjusts to this increased pace of play.
Excited to get this matchup underway, just dealing with some officiating at the table, and Pensacola State will begin with the service. My apologies, Pensacola Christian College will be starting the service tonight, as we spoke about a moment ago. Number 4, Hannah Romero, for the first serve of the 2022 Lady Eagles volleyball season. Victoria Hamilton with a hard attack there, dug well by Pensacola State. And that is a kill for Pensacola State College. early start for Pensacola State. Carrie, what do you have to say after a first point like that with multiple rallies back and forth?
That was a great first play of the season. Even though it didn't result in a point for the Eagles, I think it showed a lot of potential for sure. And we definitely are initiating that freshman Hannah into the season. She got several opportunities to touch the ball on that one.
And a big kill by Pensacola State's number 20, Annalise Rodriguez, down the line. Give Pensacola State a 2-0 early lead. Number 6, Katrina Espinoza for the serve. Great over by PCC, makes Pensacola State's job a little harder. Great over there by number 8, Allie McGwirt. Gives the Eagles their first points of the 2022 season. Number 16, Catherine Lawrence coming in for the libero. Allie McGwirt back for the serve. Pensacola State with a net violation against number 13. Eagles tie it 2-2 here in the first set. Allie McGwirt back for her second serve of the contest. Ace serve, Allie McGwirt on the back line. Great opening first few points for the Eagles. Carrie, what do we have to say about the back and forth rallies that has happened so far? Every single point except that ace we just saw.
I think it shows that these teams are well matched to compete against each other tonight, and this is really what you want to have on an opening match of the season, something that can really push you to see what you are capable of and what you can build on for the rest of the season.
Attack by Victoria Hamilton, trying to go opposite court, unfortunately goes out of bounds. Number 20, Annalise Rodriguez back to serve for Pensacola State. Good dig by libero. Big hit by Victoria Hamilton, unfortunately hitting into the twin towers of Pensacola State. They bury the ball back on the Eagles side of the floor.
That was actually a point for the Eagles. There was a twin tower of the block there, but it actually came back down on the Pirates side of the net, so it was a point for the Eagles.
Number 14, Grace Liu with that serve from Pensacola Christian College, just subbed in a moment ago as Kenzie Folker puts a push over the net. That is a kill for number 13 of Pensacola State, Jada Lowry, unfortunately off the tip of Hannah Romero. Number 9, the libero for Pensacola State, Julia Neveu, back for the serve. Good dig by Grace, sets up Catherine Lawrence. Pensacola State with a good dig, good attack. Attempted dig by Hannah Romero, just outside of her, couldn't quite get her second hand to it. Another kill for Pensacola State. Carrie, it seems so far that Pensacola State is hitting opposite. Seems like they haven't really hit down the line yet. Why do you think that is?
I think they're getting into their rhythm right now, and I think that outside is potentially a more natural swing for them. And it looks like they've been having some success with those opportunities, so it makes sense that they'd be going back to it.
They are having success going outside, as we just talked about. Another kill for the Pirates. Number 9, the libero, Julia Neveu, back for another serve. Another dig by Grace Liu, pass to Kenzie Folker. Catherine Lawrence with a push. Good tip by number 15, Lindy Baker of Pensacola State. Gives the Lady Pirates a 3-point lead against the Eagles. Eagles need to try and find a couple points here. It's been a few minutes now since they've gotten a point. Hopefully they can dig this serve and get a hit. Good short set, good hit, but unfortunately number 8 for the Lady Pirates, Paige Patterson, is in the net. Point goes to the Lady Eagles. Victoria Hamilton back for her first serve of the season. Big jump serve dug well by Pensacola State. Big hit also dug well by Victoria Hamilton. Kenzie Folker with an over. Back to PCC, keeping it alive. Unfortunately, can't keep that play alive. Good dig initially by number 14 for the Eagles, Grace Liu. Unfortunately, libero couldn't quite get to it and make a good play off of that. Pensacola State now with a 3-point lead, and number 10, Kiara Viga, back for the serve.
You know, Braden, we have 2 sophomores on the court, Kat Lawrence and then also Grace Liu, and it will be exciting to see how they progress throughout the season. They both came on the team last year as freshmen and grew a lot as freshmen last year, so it will be exciting to see what they bring to the team playing more this year as well. And we've already seen both of them contribute heavily to the play.
That's a big excitement for the Eagles, knowing that you only have 2 seniors on the team this year, but you do have the young players who are up and coming and getting excited and hungry for minutes, and excited to see the Eagles take some more wins this season. Cora Lathers with the serve, dug by fellow libero Julia Nevieu. Looks for freshman Hannah Romero, blocked by Pensacola State. Allie McGuirt off the block and down, hits the floor. Great ball movement by the Lady Eagles. Good passing, good set. Off the tip block of number 8 for the Lady Pirates, but good kill by Allie McGuirt. Cora Lathers with an ace on the back line. That is 2 we've had so far, aces for the Eagles, landing on that back line. Carrie, as a former volleyball player, how difficult is it to read the ball knowing whether or not it's going to go out of bounds on a hard serve like Cora Lathers has?
It really depends on the type of serve, you know, what the server has done to make that ball trickier for you to read. Ideally, with practice, that gets a lot easier, but it also depends a lot on the skill on the server as well.
Little miscommunication there by the Lady Pirates gives the Eagles their first lead of the contest, 9-8. Cora Lathers back with another serve. Short set to number 8, Paige Patterson, with a big kill right into the middle of the Lady Eagles defense. Ties the score up 9-9. Knowing how volleyball is played, how big of a height advantage does Pensacola State have over PCC, and what does PCC need to do to compete with the oversized Pensacola State Lady Pirates?
You know, PSC definitely does have a height advantage on the Eagles. One good thing about being at the height disadvantage is that that's something that remains consistent in all the games that you play. So these girls are used to playing with that when going against a bigger opponent. A lot of that will come down to your fundamentals, your timing, and also smart play.
Attack there by Pensacola State off the block of PCC. Unfortunately lands out of bounds. Pensacola State keeps the ball. Number 8, Paige Patterson, back to serve for the Lady Pirates. Good dig by Tori Hamilton. Good pass, Bethany Gamble off the block. Pensacola State keeps it alive, gets it over. PCC looks to kill again. Out of bounds, long for Pensacola State. That point goes to Pensacola Christian College. The Lady Eagles take the lead back 11-10. Defensively, both teams are playing extremely well. The digs, the dives, and the plays that they're making. As a former defensive specialist, what does that say to you, knowing that both teams are killing the ball and attacking with aggression, but defenses are able to pop up the ball?
Yeah, the defenses are doing really great, especially for this early in the season. It's always nice to see your defenses showing that skill early on. It gives you a lot of confidence for the future as well.
Victoria Hamilton a little too strong on that attack, goes out of bounds. Pensacola State ties the game 11-11. Number 6, Katrina Espinoza, back to serve for Pensacola State. Double hit called on Kenzie Folker. Carrie, take a quick moment and explain the double hit rule, because I know that causes some confusion for people.
Yeah, a lot of times when the refs are looking at those, they're looking directly at the setter's hands, even to see how the hands are set up when the ball contacts them. So when they see a discrepancy with the timing, with how either the hands contact the ball or how the hands contact the ball coming off of the set, that's what they're looking for.
Big kill there by Anya-Lise Rodriguez for Pensacola State.
And you know, when you think about that head official, the up official, they really have the best view of those setters' hands. They're really close and have a good perspective of those. So a lot of the things that we miss from our vantage point, they have a clear angle of.
It's always easy from floor level to think that that call was incorrect, but like you just said, those up officials obviously up elevated above everybody else, able to get a better view than anybody else in the arena. And Allie McGwirt with the ace there, lands off, tips off the top of the net, lands in Pensacola State's territory. Great serve by Allie. Big kill again by number 20, Anya-Lise Rodriguez. That time she was hitting from the middle and went down left side, confused the back line of the Pensacola Lady Eagles, and Pensacola State now takes a lead 14-3. That serve goes out of bounds. Carrie, a lot of people also wonder in volleyball, what is the consistency of substitutions? It seems like almost every play there's somebody coming in and out. What are the rules on how many subs you can have at this level? And then what does that do for your team knowing that you have that many substitution possibilities?
Well, you put me on the spot, and I really am not sure of the exact number of substitutions, especially as you get into higher level of plays. You specialize so much in your position that it really makes sense to do more substitutions, which is why you see a higher number of those at the higher level of plays. You rarely get into a position where you run out of substitutions, though, so it's not too much of an issue. But it does allow the teams to capitalize on the skill that they do have.
Big block there by Catherine Lawrence. Give the Eagles a 2-point lead, 16-14. Pensacola State needs a timeout. Lady Eagles excited. We'll be right back momentarily. Welcome back, fans. Number 14, Grace Liu, back for the serve for the Eagles. A 2-point lead, 16-14 here in the first set of their 2022 season opener. Big kill by number 15 for Pensacola State, Lindy Baker. Finds the heart of the PCC defense. Unfortunately, finds the floor. Brings this game back to a 1-point difference. Number 9, libero Julia Neveu back to serve for the Lady Pirates. Catherine Lawrence with the attack. Back row set to number 20, Anya-Lise Rodriguez, and a big kill there. Carrie, what's the difference between attacking from the front row versus the back row and the difficulty in that difference?
It really depends on how you've prepared as a team. When you have a good connection between your setter and your hitters, especially if you have a hitter playing back row, it makes a lot of sense to use that hitter opportunity, that available hitter. The timing is going to switch up a little bit, but once again, it's just a matter of being able to practice that, and it can master. There's timing on the side of the offense and the defense that needs to adjust.
Kill attempt there by Victoria Hamilton. A little too strong, goes out of bounds off the foot of Pensacola State's coach. Pensacola State now takes a 1-point lead as the Eagles look to come back. Big kill by number 16, Catherine Lawrence. Great set there from Kinsey Folker. Catherine being a sophomore, as we spoke about earlier, those freshmen from last season that know that they have to take a bigger role this season. What has Catherine Lawrence done to allow her to become a more prominent attacker for this Pensacola Lady Eagles volleyball team?
You know, one thing I think she did is that she really used the time that she had last year to improve her skills so that when this opportunity arose, she's ready to jump right into it.
We saw an ace a moment ago from Victoria Hamilton. There we see a too strong of a hit from Paige Patterson. The Lady Eagles take the lead back 19-17. Victoria Hamilton back again for the big jump serve. Off the block for the Eagles. Kenzie Folker chases it down, gives the pass to Catherine Lawrence. Good dig by Pensacola State. Another back row hit out of bounds. PCC on a roll here, 20-17, 3-point lead. Carrie, in moments like this, knowing that you're on a roll and only 5 points away from winning this set, what kind of mentality do you have to have going into the last few points?
A really consistent mentality. Anyone who's listened to this broadcast very much knows that I talk frequently about the importance of momentum in volleyball. Being consistent and making sure to capitalize on that momentum when you have it is such a huge part of the game, and it seems like the Lady Eagles are certainly doing that right now.
Lady Eagles definitely have the momentum. Pensacola State needs another timeout. We will be back momentarily for the last few points of this first set. Welcome back to the Nest. 21-17 our score. Lady Eagles with the lead. Victoria Hamilton back for a jump serve. Unfortunately misses off the net. When a team like Pensacola State calls that timeout, sometimes they call icing the hitter. Is that an actual thing in volleyball? Does it kind of throw your timing off a little bit when you have to sit for a little bit before you can serve again?
If you let it, it does. It definitely has the potential to. Both of these timeouts that Pensacola State has called this set have been very strategically called, and she has had success with the timing of both of those.
Both teams fighting for this point here. Some back and forth overs. Pass from Kenzie Folker to freshman Hannah Romero. Good dig by Pensacola State. That is a double hit against Pensacola State. Lady Eagles claim that point. 22-18 our score. Lady Eagles only 3 points away from taking the W in their first set of the 2022 season. Cora Lathers back for the serve for Pensacola. Big attack there from number 15, Lindy Baker. Dig attempt there by Cora Lathers. Unfortunately rose up on her a little bit, tips it out of bounds. Pensacola State with the ball, and they have a 3-point deficit. Number 15, Lindy Baker, now back for the serve. Dig by Grace Liu. Set to Hannah Romero, plays short, and it shows to be a smart play by the freshman, Hannah Romero. What does it say to a freshman watching a play like that and thinking that may be a junior senior on the floor because of the smart play of that?
Makes you really excited, especially getting started this early and getting that experience as well.
Lady Eagles 2 points away from this first win. Good block by Allie McWhirt, and Hannah Romero unfortunately cannot get the pop back up. I have the ball here, throw it over to the official over there. Pensacola State claims that point. Down 3, number 8 for Pensacola State, Paige Patterson back for the serve. Service error for number 8, served out of bounds. Lady Eagles 1 point away from claiming the win in this first set. Freshman Hannah Romero back for the serve. Good dig by Pensacola State, good pass attack. Good dig by freshman Hannah Romero. Good attempt there from Victoria Hamilton. Momentum unfortunately carried her into the net. Pensacola State takes that point, 24-21. Carrie, how difficult is it in a play like that to be jumping after the ball and have to try and land and stop your momentum before you run into the net?
I can only speak to that from a defensive specialist position. It looks really difficult. No, it's definitely something that hitters spend a lot of time making sure that they can do that. It's a key part of being a hitter is staying out of the net.
Kenzie Folker tries to make a back row set to Hannah Romero. Unfortunately, that attack goes into the net. Pensacola State trying to crawl back into this and make it a contest. Number 6, Katrina Espinoza back for the serve. Dig by Romero, set from Folker, pass to Gamble, and Pensacola State was in the net. That gives PCC 25 points. They take the W in the first set of their 2022 season. Carrie, how big of, we talked about a moment ago, momentum. How big is it to win the first set of your season and carry that momentum, not only to finish this game, but into the rest of the season?
Yeah, that's an awesome way to start the season. That's an awesome way to start a match, much less an awesome way to start the season. I think the Eagles will take a lot of confidence from that because they won that set, and it was a good set, too. I think that they did a lot of things that can give them a lot of confidence for the future, for the rest of this match and for the season as well.
Pensacola Christian leads this match 1-0. We will be back momentarily.
It's a passion that unites us, the heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
Choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. Catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools and Abeka Academy homeschoolers, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer and over 20 courses, choose to lighten your college load and, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
Welcome back to the Nest after set 1. The Lady Eagles lead 1-0. Switching sides, which we're not used to because of COVID, but this season we're getting back to the old ways of switching sides of the floor after every set. Something something to notice and talk about is after that first set, Annalise Rodriguez for Pensacola State has 5 kills leading all players. What has she done, and what do the Eagles need to do to try and find a way to stop her from getting so many kills?
You know, she's clearly a strong hitter on their team. The Eagles, you know, honestly, I think they've done a pretty good job because despite the fact that Annalise has that high of a hitting percentage from the last set, the Eagles managed to contain the rest of the team's hitting pretty effectively.
Great kill there by Victoria Hamilton. We talked about during the break, Victoria Hamilton leads all attacking options with 10. She's been focused on 10 times to try and get a kill, and the Eagles are clearly focusing on her. Pensacola State also focusing on trying to stop her. What does she need to do in order to continue and try and get a few more kills added to her name?
You know, Tori has been a consistently aggressive player for the Eagles. Last set, we talked about Bethany Gamble, the senior on the court tonight, some of the incoming freshmen, the sophomores. But it's also important to note that we have a strong core of returning players, especially of the junior class. Tori is one of those juniors who's really contributed a lot to the team over the last few seasons. And I think I've said enough that I don't remember your original question now, but that we can always count on Tori to be aggressive, and she has been consistently someone who has brought a lot of energy with her kills over the last couple of seasons.
Absolutely. A lot of aggressiveness leads to your setter then trusting you, which obviously Kenzie Folker does. When you do attack the ball with such vigor as Victoria Hamilton does, you want to set her more often because you know she's going to do her best to put the ball hard and where it needs to go.
And, you know, speaking of those juniors, Kenzie Folker, the setter, is another one of those juniors, part of that junior class that has played together so consistently over the last few years. These juniors have had a lot of playing time together. Allie McGirt, Tori, Cora Lathers, and then Kenzie, really the core of this team. A lot of time playing together, and I think that will really benefit the Eagles as they play throughout the season, especially considering the senior leadership that they have through Bethany and Brittany, and also the rising talent on the team as well.
Big kill there by Pensacola State's Paige Patterson gives the Pensacola State Lady Pirates an early 3-2 lead over PCC.
One thing I would watch for this set, and we've seen a little bit of it already, and I'm not surprised by it, is for Pensacola State to come out in an attempt really strong to swing that momentum from the last set. They're obviously a very skilled team, and I was expecting them to come out strong in this set.
Number 13 for Pensacola State, Jada Lowry, unfortunately in the net there, gives the Lady Eagles that point. Score is now 3-3. As you spoke about a moment ago, you can definitely tell that Pensacola State is playing with a different intensity than they played with in the first set. Every hit attempt is not only just a hit. They are trying to kill the ball. They are trying to absolutely bury it. Pensacola Christian needs to be ready for that, and as they are doing so far, dig the ball and continue making good passes and good hits and keep this a good game. Number 6, Katrina Espinoza back for Pensacola State for the serve. Dig by Victoria Hamilton. Out of bounds. Catherine Lawrence a little too strong on the hit there. Unfortunately gives Pensacola State a 2-point lead here in set number 2. Katrina Espinoza back again for her second serve. Big kill there by number 20, Anya-Lise Rodriguez. We've talked about her a few times now. Coming from the way outside over here, almost all the way by us here at the table, comes flying in, gets a big kill for Pensacola State. As we spoke about a moment ago, Pensacola Christian, what do they need to do in order to do the best they can to try and contain a good hitter such as Anya-Lise?
So you're definitely going to work on your timing and your placement of your defense, not only your back row defense with the libero and the defensive specialist, but also your front row blockers, working on their timing early in the season. It's not unusual to see their timing be a little bit mistimed, especially against a hitter as strong as Anya-Lise.
Push over there by Pensacola State. Grace Liu unfortunately cannot handle that. Gives Pensacola State a 3-point lead. 7-4 is our score. And number 20, Anya-Lise Rodriguez back for the serve.
One thing that I am pleased to see the Eagles are doing is that against a team like Pensacola State that is a strong team, Pensacola Christian has really done a good job of focusing on their fundamentals and making sure that they're not making unforced errors. but also that they're capitalizing on Pensacola State's errors, not even errors, but also those opportunities when there might be a free ball or an easier lob over the net. Generally, the Eagles have done well at using those opportunities.
Oftentimes a big mistake by one team, such as a service into the net, not only is that a 1-point swing, but if you can use that momentum to gain the next point, every mistake then becomes a 2-point swing, and PCC needs to try their best to take those mistakes by Pensacola State and turn those into points for themselves. As we're speaking about service errors, number 9 for Pensacola State, Junley Nevue, unfortunately serves that out of bounds. Gives the Eagles that point. 6-8 our score now. PCC back for the serve. Too strong on that serve, Hannah Romero. I think we just jinxed both teams into serving the ball out of bounds after talking about service errors.
Evidently. That's something that I think we tend to see more of at the beginning of the season. And I think we're seeing that on both sides right now.
Short serve there by number 10, Kiara Viga. PCC, good dig there. Pirates scramble to get the ball over. Good dig by Victoria Hamilton on the kill attempt there. Good attack by Bethany Gamble, unfortunately into the block. Just scrapes the outside line. Good kill by number 15, Lindy Baker. PCC and Pensacola State, great back and forth there as we talked about from the first set. That was one of those points back and forth where you know somebody's going to get a big kill, and both teams are obviously playing very, very hard trying to steal this set. Big kill there, Victoria Hamilton down the line. Gives PCC 7 in this set. 10-7 is our score. PCC down by 3. Allie McGwirt back for the serve. Good block there. Bethany Gamble at the net. Rejects number 8, Paige Patterson. Good dig by setter Kenzie Folker. Back and forth we go. Another great dig by PCC. Unfortunately, cannot get a handle on that ball.
It's a lot of really good efforts, though, and something that I've been thinking about over the last few plays. At the beginning of the first set, we mentioned Bethany Gamble and her role as a senior on the team, and I mentioned that she has been a very consistently solid presence on the front row, and we've really seen that over the last few plays. She's always there. Her consistency has really brought a lot to that right side hitting position over the last few seasons, and I think we'll really see that this season as well.
Definitely causing problems for Pensacola State, but number 20, Anyalise Rodriguez, finds the court one more time. Gives Pensacola State a 5-point lead. PCC needs a timeout. We will be back momentarily. Welcome back to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Number 15 for Pensacola State, Lindy Baker, back for the serve. Pensacola State with a 12-7 lead here in set number 2. Big block there by the duo, number 8, Paige Patterson, and number 20, Anya-Lise Rodriguez. Bethany Gamble, we talked about a moment ago, being a presence on the front row. Hard to be a presence when you have those twin towers in front of you. What do hitters have to do when you come up against a double block? What goes into the placement and the decision-making of that hit?
There's all sorts of things that can go into play as far as what type of hit you're going to use, how you're going to contact the ball, where you're going to place the ball, and even when it comes to the setter, if she's going to choose to set up that position.
Pensacola State now with a 7-point lead. Number 15 back again for the serve. Attempted dig there by Hannah Romero. Unfortunately can't pop it up high enough. Falls on the PCC side one more time. Gives Pensacola State now an 8-point lead over the Lady Eagles. Another good dig by Romero. Double hit called on setter Kenzie Folker. We've seen that quite a few times so far today, probably 4 or 5 times already in this match. How frustrating is it for a setter to make what you think is a good play and unfortunately get that double hit call?
It's really frustrating because as a setter, you can feel it too. You know when it's happening. We've talked a lot about momentum, and we have seen this momentum shift in the last several plays toward the Pirates.
Lady Pirates definitely have all the momentum right now, growing what was a 6-point lead, now extending it to a 10-point lead.
One thing that we were talking about is the great attendance at the match tonight. The gym has quite a few people in it, especially considering that the Pensacola Christian college students aren't even back, but with both the volleyball team and the soccer team back for their preseason, it's really awesome to see the soccer players here as well to support their fellow student athletes. Really encouraging, and I guess that's one of the benefits of playing another team in your hometown is that we have lots of guests in attendance as well.
Absolutely. As we talked about so many times already today, momentum is such a huge thing, and crowds and cheering obviously plays a big factor in that momentum swing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
PCC now claims 3 points in a row, brought it a 10-point lead, cut it down to 6, trying to make a run to steal this second set from the Lady Pirates.
Yeah, sophomore Grace Liu has done an excellent job with these serves. She's been outstandingly consistent with them. She's placed them well, and that's exactly what you need in these positions when you're trying to shift that momentum. You want to make sure that you can be confident with that serve, and she's done an excellent job under that pressure.
That kill attempt by Pensacola State out of bounds long. PCC now cuts it to a 5-point lead. That hit by Victoria Hamilton, unfortunately a little too strong, goes out of bounds. She pleads to the ref that it was tipped. But as we spoke about before, that lead official being up top there has a better view than anybody, calling it no tip, PSC ball. Good dig by Cora Lathers. PCC can't find that rhythm right now, can't find that chemistry. As we talked about, growing that chemistry because all these players have played together for so long. What happens in plays like that where for some reason there's just a little miscommunication on timing between setter and hitter?
You know, that was a play where the setter was not actually setting the ball. It was a little bit out of rotation there, and that's something that you're going to get more comfortable with as the season goes on, especially considering I think the player involved with that was freshman Hannah Romero, who has only been playing with the team for the last week or so. So that timing and communication is only going to improve from here.
Victoria Hamilton with a kill attempt. Good dig by Kiera Vega.
And a solid dig by Grace Liu again.
Both teams digging the ball extremely well. Back and forth we go.
And another solid dig by Hannah Romero as well.
This is a big point here for either team. It will be a big momentum swing. Both teams fighting for this point. Unfortunately for the Eagles, Pensacola State takes that one. On a back and forth play like that, losing that point, as I talked about a moment ago, kind of kills the momentum. What does PCC need to do to try and regain the momentum now being down 9 in this second set?
You know, it kills a lot of momentum, but it also gives you a lot of confidence as well, because there were several good plays during that volley that I think the Eagles should be proud of.
Anyalise Rodriguez too strong on that hit, gives that point to the Lady Eagles, cuts this lead down to 8. Pensacola Christian looking to take the first 2 sets of this match. Going to have to make a come from behind victory on this one. Great jump serve, Victoria Hamilton with the ace. Great dig attempt by number 9, Julia Neviu. Unfortunately cannot pop it up, but the Lady Eagles now cut the deficit to 7. Anyalise Rodriguez once again too strong on the hit. We've talked about so many times already, momentum is a huge thing. The Lady Eagles have now scored 4 points in a row, trying to make this come from behind victory in this second set. Anyalise Rodriguez, third time is a charm, gets the kill off the block. Great attack by her. PCC lacking a little bit of size in the front row in this particular scenario with the setup that they have. As we talked about in the first set, what does this size disadvantage unfortunately do against the PCC Eagles, but how can we turn that into a potential advantage for us?
You know, it definitely leaves a little bit more room on defense for your back row to cover, which we've seen that a little bit against those hard swinging hitters. It is difficult to cover that entire back row when it's not, when some of that area has not been taken away from the block. And a lot of that will come with the PCC defense reading those hits well and anticipating where they should set up for those hits.
22-14 our score. Pensacola Christian College down by 8. We will be back momentarily to close out this second set. Welcome back to the Nest. 22-14 is our score. Pensacola State with the 8-point lead, trying to close out this second set and split 1-1 with Pensacola Christian. Dig by Victoria Hamilton, pass to Hannah Romero with the kill. Good set there from Kenzie Folker. Sometimes it's not about power, it's about precision, and we saw there once again from the freshman, instead of going for power, goes for placement and gets a point for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And, you know, that's one thing that I had thought about earlier when you're playing against a team like Pensacola State. A lot of times you have to accept that maybe at this point you're not going to outpower them. At which point it becomes a lot more important to make sure that you maintain the fundamentals and don't make those unforced errors like I mentioned earlier, but also that you play smarter and place those balls, which we've seen the Eagles do really well with tonight.
Good dig from Cora Lathers. Good hit once again from Hannah Romero. Eagles try to scramble for that point, but the power of Pensacola State proves to be too much in that scenario. Gives the Lady Pirates 24 points in this set, trying to close out the Lady Eagles. Allie McGwirt hits into the block. Hannah Romero can't get to it in time. Pensacola State takes the second set. Our match split 1-1 after that 25-15 loss by Pensacola Christian College. We will be back momentarily for the third set of this best-of-5 match.
Choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. Catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools and Abeka Academy homeschoolers, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer and over 20 courses, choose to lighten your college load. And, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nest. Coming into this third set, Pensacola State College took set number 2. PCC took set number 1. Excited to get into this third set and see who can win this best-of-5 matchup. Carrie, we just got a stat sheet from our statisticians upstairs. What's something that you noticed on this page that really stands out to you at the moment?
You know, one, looking at just the attacks in general, the Eagles have really come out swinging, literally. They've done a great job with being aggressive and swinging at the ball. Also, the digs for the Eagles, they're doing a great job of staying in the game, really, because of their defense. They've done an excellent job.
As we're talking about defense, the Eagles with a big block there. Kenzie Folker looks to set up Victoria Hamilton, and she gets the kill. Ball almost kills us over here. Great hands by you to catch that. Great kill there by Victoria Hamilton. That gives her 6 kills.
That was such a solid play, just fundamental.
PCC in the net. Violation there gives Pensacola State that point. Number 15 for the Lady Pirates, Lindy Baker, back for the serve. Good dig by Tori Hamilton. Good pass from Allie McGuirt and a big attack there. And there one more time is Anya Lees Rodriguez with the big kill. She leads all players with 9 kills now at the moment. Eagles are doing the best they can to hold her down, but unfortunately, as we spoke about before, sometimes height and power does kill. So Eagles need to find defensively a way to stop her from getting so many attack and kill attempts. Big attack by Victoria Hamilton. Good pass there from Kenzie Folker. Can't find the floor, but Anya-Lise Rodriguez does one more time against the Lady Eagles. Gives PSC an early 3-1 lead over Pensacola Christian College. We've talked about momentum so many times, and as they did in the second set, PSC coming out with aggression and fire. Carrie, what do the Lady Eagles need to do to try and withstand this early fiery attack from Pensacola State?
Well, they need to clean up what they just did there. Getting back to what they were doing in the first set with taking care of the fundamentals. That's what they did so well in the first set. And really that's what they need to focus on first, because when they do focus on that fundamental play, they've had a lot of success tonight.
Little off the foot play there. Good defense by the Eagles to keep that ball alive. Anya-Lise Rodriguez is just having herself a night.
You know, it's really hard. You know, Anya-Lise, like we've mentioned already, is a very skilled player, and is a strong swing, seeing it in front of us there. One thing that the Eagles could do to combat that is just be sure to not give her that opportunity in the first place, especially when they have this chance at the first offense. And here's an opportunity, like I mentioned before, for the Eagles to take advantage of one of those unforced errors that the Pirates made.
Attacking error there by Lindy Baker gives Pensacola their second points of the set. 3-point deficit. Allie McGuirt back for the serve. Good short set there by Pensacola State. Goes out of bounds wide. Allie McGuirt back for her second serve. Eagles now only down 2 early here in this third set. And as we talked about a moment ago, Eagles cannot beat themselves, if we'll say it like that, in unforced errors, either service errors or attacking errors. And early in this third set, unfortunately, that's kind of what the Lady Eagles are doing right now. Good dig by Grace Liu. Good tip by Victoria Hamilton. Lady Eagles doing everything they can to steal a point here from Pensacola State. Great play there by the Lady Pirates. Hannah Romero with a big kill for the Lady Eagles. That is a huge momentum swing and a big, big kill for the freshman.
Yeah, absolutely. And that big kill came on the back of a whole lot of work from the rest of the team as well. The team really did a great job throughout that play of working together. And now we have incoming freshman number 20, Michaela Kinney, on the court. She's one that I've been really excited to watch play this season based on what we've already seen out of her.
Good serve there from Hannah Romero. Short set blocked by Catherine Lawrence. Great defense, as we spoke about earlier. And Anya-Lise Rodriguez unfortunately hits that little too strong out of bounds. Give the Pensacola Christian Lady Eagles another point. Cuts this to a 1-point deficit, bringing them back into competition for this third set. Romero back for her second serve. Good dig by Pensacola State. An unfortunate play there for Pensacola Christian College. A great save by the Lady Pirates. Moments like that are, as we've talked about so many times with momentum, that's one where you feel like you have the momentum and you're about to get a point. You maybe get a little lazy on the end of the point, and Pensacola State finds the floor. Number 6, Katrina Espinoza, back for the serve. And an ace there for Katrina Espinoza. Lady Eagles now down by 3 here in the beginning stages of this third set. Good dig by Grace Liu. Good pass from Hannah Romero. And a good kill by Victoria Hamilton. Lady Eagles need to find that a little more often, those good bump set spikes, as they used to say back in the day. Love seeing the Lady Eagles play with, as you've said so many times, good fundamentals.
Absolutely, and back on the front row, now we have freshman Michaela Kinney back in again, this time on the front row, which is what she is. She is a hitter. And it will be interesting to see her on the front row paired with that senior leadership of Bethany Gamble and then also the sophomore Catherine Lawrence in the middle there.
Big kill there by Pensacola State. Anyalise Rodriguez will go back for the serve.
Coming in, number 13, we have Bailey Barbarossa as well. She's another incoming freshman who's already shown also a lot of potential along with the other freshmen that we've already talked about so much to the Eagles that we've seen in practice already.
First play of the game for the freshman Bailey is a great dig. Pensacola Christian College able to take that point, cut the Pensacola State deficit to 2. Cora Lathers back for the serve for the Lady Eagles. Short set attempt there by Pensacola State. Attack into the net. Pensacola Christian now cuts the lead just to 1. Big momentum swing could come right here. Able to tie after Pensacola State, unfortunately, is able to take that point as Cora Lather serves that into the net.
With the 3 incoming freshmen on the court right now, I already mentioned that height that Michaela brings to the front row, and we've seen a lot out of Hannah Romero already, but Romero and Barbarossa both have played extensively on the back row with defense as well, and they've shown a lot of potential with their athleticism and what it could bring to the back row. And definitely being put to the test tonight with a team as strong hitting as the Pirates are.
Defensive specialists and liberos are definitely having their hands full tonight with this strong, tall Pensacola State front. PCC trying to weather, as we spoke about earlier, this early storm from Pensacola State. Good set there by Hannah Romero. Good attack by Allie McGwirt. But unfortunately, the size and power of Lindy Baker of the Lady Pirates proves to be too much for the Lady Eagles on that one. Gives the PSC Lady Pirates a 4-point lead here in this third set.
One thing that's exciting right now with Romero and Barbarossa both, they have experience setting, which is what they're doing on the court right now. But what's exciting is that from our position, we can see Bethany Gamble communicating with Hannah Romero in that setting position, just communicating with her, giving her advice after each play. And ideally, you know, that's exactly what you want to see from one of the seniors on your team. Especially with Bethany, we see a lot of that quiet leadership where she comes in and supports the rest of her team. It's so evident, especially from our vantage point right now.
That was one of the first things you mentioned here today on this broadcast was the senior leadership of Bethany Gamble. And she's proving that on the floor right now, helping out her freshman teammates, as you said, giving advice and pointing them in the direction they need to go.
And all 3 freshmen involved in that play right there.
Big kill there by Brooke Sproat. Hannah Romero tries to make that dig, but rides up on her, unfortunately, gives PSC a 6-point lead. Number 9 for Pensacola State, Julia Nevue back for the serve. Good dig by freshman Michaela Kinney.
And a solid play there by Allie as well, anticipating that overpass and being ready for it.
There's a great play by the, I believe, junior on the floor. We've talked about so many times experience and chemistry working with freshmen all the way to seniors. The junior Allie McGwirt showing her high IQ for volleyball right there in that play. The Lady Pirates with another kill. Pensacola Christian College now down 6 here in this third set. Defensively, what do the Lady Eagles need to do? We've talked about this so many times already, but what do the Lady Eagles need to do to try and minimize the amount of kill attempts that this tall PSC lineup has?
Right now, I think they need to focus on just calming the pace of the play down a little bit. It's getting a little bit frantic, and we see that, but that's also to be anticipated to an extent with the incoming players that you have on the team and the lack of experience playing together. So I'm not necessarily overly concerned about that at this point.
Good dig there by Hannah Romero. Pensacola State looking for another kill. Good defense by the Lady Eagles. Great dig by Michaela Kenny. Good push by Kenzie Folker. And the kill for freshman Hannah Romero. We've talked about so many times this freshman that has come in and basically only been playing with the Lady Eagles for a little over a week now, and she's coming in as a freshman making an immediate impact. How big is that for seniors and juniors to be able to look at a freshman and already know that you can trust her on the floor to make the right decision?
It's definitely encouraging. It's always encouraging to have new energy on the court as well, especially here at the beginning of the season. We'll probably talk about this more as the season goes on, but as student athletes, these players balance so many things in their life between their classes and their workload, that to come on the court and have that energy at the end of a long day of classes and studying and doing projects and everything is really important.
Grace Liu with a service error there, just a touch too strong. Pensacola State now with a 7-point lead. 17-10 is our score. Number 15, Lindy Baker, back for the serve. Good dig by Victoria Hamilton. Good kill by Allie McGuirt. Great pass from Kenzie Folker. Give her an assist and give McGuirt the kill. That's a junior connection that we've gotten to see for 3 years now. Love seeing great chemistry between those two. Anyalise Rodriguez checks back into the contest. First attack is too strong, goes out of bounds. Lets PCC back within 5 points. Allie McGuirt with a good serve there. Good tip, good dig by Allie, good dig attempt by Hannah. As we've talked about so many times, love seeing the effort from both teams, especially PCC. Seems like almost every player, at least every other play, somebody's on the floor diving for a ball, trying to make a save. Number 8, Paige Patterson, back for PSC for the serve. Good dig by the Eagles. Great tip by the freshman once again, Hannah Romero, proving herself to be an asset early in this 2022 season for the Lady Eagles. Bethany Gamble subs back into the game for Kenzie Folker. Little miscommunication there from PSC. Eagles look to capitalize. Great dig by Hannah Romero on the hard kill from Anyalise Rodriguez. Unfortunately, we get a double hit call once again. I've had to talk about that, unfortunately, a few too many times tonight for the Lady Eagles. What does PCC need to do in these last moments of this third set to try and make a come-from-behind victory and steal the third of this best-of-5 set, Carrie?
Playing smart. We've seen that be successful even over the last few plays, and I mentioned it earlier about playing smarter, not harder, as far as the power goes. Being sure to be intentional with each of your hit attempts is going to be significant, but also going back to the fundamentals, even with the first touch on the ball, making sure you get those passes up to the setter so that you even have an opportunity to work with.
Number 6, Katrina Espinoza with an ace there. PCC needs to find at least a point here, try and delay this momentum of the Lady Pirates.
And I think right now we're seeing that play get a little bit frantic as Coach Oman calls a timeout, probably hoping to calm that team down a little bit.
Yep, when those points start running away from you and a 6-point lead quickly grows to a 9-point lead, makes you a little nervous and you lose all that momentum. As Carrie said, Coach Oman with a timeout. We will be back in 1 minute. Welcome back to the Nest. 22-13 is our score. Pensacola State with the lead in this third set. Coach Oman tried to, as we talked about earlier, maybe ice the server, Katrina Espinoza, but unfortunately Katrina with another ace to her name gives Pensacola State a 10-point lead here in the third set. Immediately followed up by a service error there from Katrina Espinoza. Lady Eagles able to steal 1 point back. Victoria Hamilton back for the serve. Big jump serve there, but good dig by Pensacola State. Good defensive presence by Bethany Gamble. Maybe didn't get the block, but just being there, being tall and being in the way causes a little confusion and maybe nervousness from Pensacola State's hitter, and able to capitalize. Michaela Kinney and Catherine Lawrence at the net trying to make that block. Tips off their hands, but unfortunately drops on the floor. PSC 1 point away from taking this third set. Service error by number 20, Annalise Rodriguez. The Lady Eagles look to capitalize on that mistake. Short set there. Attacking error into the net. Once again, we talked about a moment ago, good defensive. Just the presence of sending two blockers or a blocker getting in the way causes some confusion and, like I said, maybe some nervousness for the PSC hitters. Great block there, Allie McGirt and freshman Michaela Kenny with a big stuff.
You know, you talked about the height for the PCC Eagles, and Michaela Kenny is someone who is definitely bringing some height to this front row, and we can already benefit from that, certainly.
Being a freshman on the floor, getting another tip block there, definitely seems to have her timing down. So we have an attacking error there from freshman Michaela Kenny. Pensacola State takes the third set by a score of 25-18. We will be back momentarily for the fourth set of this best-of-5 matchup.
It's a passion that unites us, the heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Lady Eagles huddle up on their side of the court, trying to regain some momentum after taking set number 1, losing sets 2 and 3 back-to-back. Lady Eagles look to steal the 4th set here. Carrie, what do the Lady Eagles need to do after losing 2 sets in a row to shift that momentum and find a way to steal this 4th set from the Lady Pirates?
Try to calm down things, like I was mentioning at the end of the last set. If they can start this set with a little bit of a less frantic pace, focusing on those fundamentals. But also, we do see the Eagles right now experimenting with some things, with some different rotations and with some different plays. And this being the beginning of the season, we're going to expect to see a little bit of a learning curve with that as they adjust to, not only playing with new players and new rotations as we see them get called for out of rotation on that serve. These are one of those things that in the first match of a season, you don't want them to happen, but you can understand that they would happen more so now than at any other point in the season.
Absolutely. You're definitely experimenting in the first game of the season. As we spoke about earlier, this is technically an exhibition match for the Lady Eagles. So still trying to learn things. So we're having a little bit of communication between official and captain and coach. As you spoke about with the rotation error, Captain Kinsey Folker just looking for a little bit of clarity from the officials there. Number 15 for PSC back for the serve, and she gets the ace. Lindy Baker with another ace for the Lady Pirates. Bethany Gamble with a good attack. Leaves PSC scrambling. Lady Eagles look to capitalize. Another attack from Victoria Hamilton.
An unconventional attack, working with what she had there.
That is another kill for Anya-Lise Rodriguez. We've talked about so many times how big of a night she's having. Lady Eagles doing the best they can. Bringing in a little bit of height assistance with freshman Michaela Kenny, putting her in the front row, hopefully disturbing Anya-Lise's hitting. Number 15, Lindy Baker, back for her third set, or serve, excuse me. Big block, as we spoke about earlier, from the Twin Towers. Number 8, Paige Patterson. Number 20, Anya-Lise Rodriguez. Good set from Kenzie Folker. Bethany Gamble tries to make the best of a bad situation. Unfortunately, hits it into the block. PSC with an early 4-1 lead. Good attack there from Victoria Hamilton off the block. Eagles look to capitalize.
A really good thought there.
It's a great idea from Kenzie Folker, as you were just saying. Sorry if I cut you off.
Well, you're good.
Push attempt there from Kenzie Folker. As you said, a great idea. Unfortunately, just could not find inbounds. Good cross-court attempt there by Bethany Gamble. Lady Eagles look to capitalize on an easy over from PSC. Tori Hamilton with a big hit. Anya-Lise Rodriguez with another kill. If there's a positive in that play, it's that an undersized Bethany Gamble seems to be finding her timing and finding that block attempt. That's 2 points in a row that she's gotten a tip on a kill attempt from Anya-Lise. Hopefully we can continue finding that chemistry and that timing, and Eagles defense can get them a few points. Freshman Michaela Kenny with a big hit over the net. Both teams fighting for that point. Attacking error there from Anya-Lise Rodriguez. Lady Eagles take that point. Down by 4 early in this 4th set. Great dig by the Lady Eagles. Great kill, Victoria Hamilton. Pounds that one into the floor. Great attack and great kill by her. Good dig from the libero of PSC. Great cover by freshman Hannah Romero. Good rally here between both teams. Victoria Hamilton with a push. Number 8, Paige Patterson, is not having it, but the Lady Eagles try to find a point, but the heart of PSC proves to be too strong. Big kill attempt from Victoria Hamilton gets stuffed at the net by Paige Patterson. Both teams scrapping and fighting for every point they're getting here in this fourth set. Carrie, what happens in these sets as you progress? What's the difference from set number 1 versus set number 4, getting to know your opponent a little better?
Well, you know, getting to know your opponent, you do get more familiar with their tendencies and their plays. But the other thing is, especially at this point in the season, you know, there's a big difference in your energy level, potentially, from the first set to the third or the fourth set, those later sets. You have to fight that tiredness a little bit more, and that's one thing that, you know, you can work on anticipating and preparing for. But it's always kind of interesting to see how that plays out throughout the course of a match.
Oftentimes you can train as much as you want, but sometimes you get in that first game and that adrenaline just overtakes and burns your energy faster than you expected. Both teams, as I said earlier, fighting hard for every point, back and forth on every possession.
And you know,
go ahead.
We're really seeing a lot of consistent setting out of the junior setter, Kenzie Folker, especially in these last several plays. She has done a really good job of keeping the pace of play manageable. You can see her talking and communicating with her hitters there, making sure that they stay calm as well and that they have a plan.
Little miscommunication there between setter and hitter,
yeah,
of course. That's the commentator's curse right there.
Evidently.
You're talking about somebody and how well they've been playing, and a little miscommunication there, unfortunately, gives PSC the point. 9-5 is our score. Lady Eagles down 4. Anya Lees Rodriguez back with a serve. Great kill, Allie McWirt.
Little redemption point there. Saw the connection between those two on this play.
Yep, as we talked about earlier, both being juniors and playing together for 2 full years now and practicing together and getting into their 3rd season together. Love seeing a good chemistry and a good connection between the two of them. Setter Kinsey Folker back for the serve. Great defense by the Eagles. Tip block at the net. Bethany Gamble with, as we talked about earlier, more of a precision hit than a power hit. Almost proves to be too much for the Lady Pirates. Romero with the attack. Defense by the Lady Eagles does get a hand on that hit, but unfortunately finds the floor. That is a kill for number 13, Jada Lowry. Something I've noticed just here as the sets have progressed, as we talked about a moment ago, from set 1 to set 4, it seems like the Lady Eagles are finding their timing a little better on the defensive side of things. Early on in the game, you're used to blocking against your teammates during practice, and you already know their timing and how they hit. It seems like the Lady Eagles are slowly learning and gaining PSC's mindset and getting their timing down defensively, making PSC's job a little more difficult on a point-by-point basis. As a former defensive specialist, Carrie, how tiring does it get? We talked about a moment ago the potential tiredness that you're getting as you progress into the 4th set. How much of a toll does it take diving on the floor so often to try and make these plays that the Lady Eagles are having to make here tonight?
It's one of those things, like we've talked about with a few things. It could be a really big factor, but depending on your training, it could not be a factor at all. And often that is what differentiates some of the levels of play.
That was a great dig there by Kenzie Folker. Great kill by Allie McWirt. Like we've talked about before, Lady Eagles and Lady Pirates both fighting and scrounging for every single point going up on that board. Lady Eagles now down 2. 10-8 is our score. Hannah Romero back for the serve. Off the net, gets the ace. I don't know if she did that on purpose or not, but it worked out, gave the Lady Eagles now only a 1-point deficit.
When I was on the team, we used to always joke that the serve after one of those serves that had just touched the net was one of the hardest serves that you could have.
Because subconsciously, maybe you didn't quite mean to do that, so now you're wondering if you need to put a little more on it. Good kill there once again by Allie McGuirk. That gives her 2 in a row. Eagles tie it 10-10 in this 4th set. PSC needs a timeout. We will be back in 1 minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 4th set of this best-of-5 matchup between Pensacola State and Pensacola Christian. We've talked about earlier, Pensacola State's coach has made some strategic timeouts, and they've worked to her advantage. And
really consistently.
I think that's 3 for 3 on her timeout calls that lead to service errors. I'm not sure how long she's been coaching, but I'm assuming it's been a few years because stuff like that comes from experience. Number 10 for Pensacola State, Kiara Viga back for the serve. Bethany Gamble with the attacking error there. Little too strong, sends it out of bounds over the back line. Service error there from number 10, Kiara Viga. Lady Eagles gain that point. 12-11 is our score. Pensacola State leading by 1. Allie McGuirk, good serve. Big hit down the line. Great dig from Kinsey Folker. Unfortunately, unable to track it down. Victoria Hamilton with the good hustle. If the court was a little bit wider, I think she could have gotten to that one.
Yeah.
Number 15, Lindy Baker, back for the serve for Pensacola State. Serving with a 2-point lead under her belt. Service ace there from Lindy Baker. We've talked about so many times, Lady Eagles cannot beat themselves. That's not beating yourself, but how difficult is it to read a serve so hard and play so properly and be able to pop that up and keep from giving a point away?
You know, it's something that we've even seen the Eagles do with varying levels of success tonight at times. They've done a really good job of reading that. But, a lot of that is experience and familiarity. It gets to the point where, you're definitely thinking about it, but it also is instinct. And that's something that we'll see more as the season develops, I'm sure.
Sophomore number 14, Grace Liu, back for the serve for the Lady Eagles. Great dig there by Cora Lathers, laying out Victoria Hamilton, almost running into the bleachers, trying to make that play. We've talked about so many times. You can question anything you want about the Lady Eagles, but one thing you can't question is their desire and their hustle every single point, trying to make plays. Great save there by number 14, Grace Liu. Eagles get that back over. Looking for a stop. Great dig by Grace Liu. Another save attempt. We've talked about so many times this Eagles team doing anything they can to try and get a point.
Yeah, and, we've seen a couple of dramatic defense attempts on the last few plays. And one thing that I think is encouraging is that these are small tweaks that they need to make to be successful on those plays. A lot of times the first touch has done a good job of getting the ball back up and playable, and just a matter of following up on that, which is something that it's easier to do the follow-up rather than to focus on the initial.
It's hard to practice those, what we would maybe call junk plays, where the ball's just kind of bouncing around and you have to chase it down and throw one arm at it to try and pop it back up. Hard to practice those. Lady Eagles getting plenty of practice on that tonight. Pensacola State with a service error. Cuts their lead down to 4. Victoria Hamilton back to serve. 17-13 our score here in the 4th set. Good dig by Kinsey Folker. Good hit by Catherine Lawrence. Another good dig by the Lady Eagles. Back row attack, Victoria Hamilton. Big hit, gets the kill. Great set by Kinsey Folker. Great back row kill from Victoria Hamilton.
One thing that's good to be seeing this early in the season is the communication between the defense players on the Eagles. Especially they're playing together as if they've played together for years, which some of them have, but not all of them have. So they've done a really good job of meshing together well on the back row.
Setter Kinsey Folker gets the kill.
Always encouraging for the setter to get one of them.
Not very often do you see a setter go up like that and put the ball on the floor. Great play there by the junior setter. Lady Eagles slowly starting to gain that momentum back. And once again, I use that commentator's curse horribly. Lady Eagles did cut the deficit down to 2. It's back up to 3, 18-15 our score. The Lady Pirates have the lead.
One thing that's interesting about Kinsey Folker is that for the past 3 years, Eagles fans have known her as our setter, and she's done a great job setting, and we just saw her hitting ability too. But she and I were actually even talking about before the game that she always played defense when she was in high school. And that's kind of what she anticipated playing, but obviously she's done a great job with setting over the last few years.
Done an amazing job. I would have never known that she used to be a defensive specialist, now being a setter, because she is one of the best setters I've ever seen play here in the Nest. Pensacola State gets that point. Number 6, Katrina Espinoza back for the serve. Once again, good defensive efforts here by the Lady Eagles. Good block there by Catherine Lawrence. Unfortunately, on the way up, catches a piece of the net, gets a net violation. Score 20-15, Pensacola State. Coach Oman needs a timeout, trying to salvage this 4th set. We will be back momentarily. (2015) our score here in the 4th set. Lady Pirates looking to win and take this best-of-5 match. Big kill there from number 7, Brooke Sproat. Pensacola State now only 4 points away from winning this match. Carrie, what do the Lady Eagles need to do here in the last few points to try and salvage this win and force a 5th set against this good Lady Pirates team?
I think especially it would help the Eagles to focus on getting a few smart plays in. I think they could get a lot of confidence out of that, also good practice as well. But I think that's what I would focus on here at this point.
I know I've asked you that question so many times. Fundamentals and momentum.
Yeah.
And we've gotten every answer we can think of. Lady Eagles trying to use all of those things, salvage and win this fourth set, find a way to force a fifth. Good defense, Allie McGuirt with the block there. Tori with a back row hit. Just hits the top of the net. Lady Eagles still trying to steal this point. Allie McGuirt with the kill. Great back set, Kenzie Folker. Maybe not how we drew it up, but it worked. Ball on the floor. Lady Eagles take the point. 21-17 is our score. Lady Eagles have cut this 7-point deficit down to 4. Good block there by Allie McGuirt and Kenzie Folker teaming up, trying to get that block. Unfortunately, pushes it out of bounds. Lady Eagles down 5. Number 20, Anyalise Rodriguez back for the serve. Little miscommunication there between freshman Hannah Romero and junior Victoria Hamilton. As we've talked about so many times, chemistry and that kind of thing will come with time, seeing how this is the first time the Lady Eagles have taken the floor in a game-like scenario.
To take a positive out of that, it's always nice when you have two players being aggressive and wanting that ball. Much better than the alternative.
Yep, I'd rather have two people go for a ball than nobody go for it. Lady Eagles use another timeout. Pensacola State winning by a score of 24-17, 1 point away from stealing this best-of-5 match. We will be back momentarily. (24-17) our score in this fourth set. Lady Eagles looking to salvage and find a way to win this fourth set, force a fifth, but Pensacola State finds the floor. Good attempt there by Allie McGuirt, using her foot, trying to keep that play alive. Lady Eagles lose this fourth set 25-17 and lose the match 3-1. Carrie, what are some positives we can take from this opening night, knowing, as we've said before, that this is the first time the Lady Eagles took the floor together playing against another team?
I think there are just so many positives that we can take away from this, which, we've talked about a lot of them throughout the match. Even working your way down, the senior leadership coming back. We've got a strong senior leadership, those juniors as well that we talked about, but also those rising sophomores, and then also the freshmen coming into the team really showed that they have a lot to contribute this season, and I'm excited to see that. Also, the Eagles came out strong and they played really well, especially that first set, and I think that they can look back at that knowing that they have a lot of potential for the season.
I think opening this match, not everybody knew what to expect, like we talked about, with a little bit of a different lineup, if you want to call it that. Some freshmen and sophomores kind of getting some mixed minutes with some juniors and seniors. But like you said, a big positive is the fact that we did have the chemistry that we've had when these girls have basically only been playing together for a week and a half. Love seeing the Lady Eagles come out and play to the best of their ability, and lose a match to a very good Pensacola State College Lady Pirates team. Thanks again for joining us for this Lady Eagles volleyball match. The Lady Eagles next Saturday will be taking on Mississippi University for women. Tune in with us then, and we'll look forward to seeing you there.